शिवाय। ॐ नमः शिवाय।
Shitikantaha is the next name of Lord Shiva. Shiti means white and Kantaha means the neck. So Bhagwan being Karpura Gauram, his whole body is white. So his neck also is white. White is the symbol of purity. One who is the very embodiment of purity is Lord Shiva. We also know that white color is what splits into 7 colors of the spectrum when it passes through the prism. In the same way, one supreme reality is Lord Shiva, who alone passing through the prism of Maya appears as this creation with so much of multiplicity and diversity. Now, the word Shiti also means blue, dark blue. So Bhagwan's neck also became dark blue because he consumed the Kalakuta Vish or Halahal Vish, poison. We already saw about the whole story in Neelakantha, but it is very interesting to note that Bhagwan's neck remained white in spite of that. How? Because only 1,000th of a portion of his neck became blue as though. The rest of his neck is still white. What does that mean? That Bhagwan's capability to absorb the poison or the sorrows of the world is such that just 1,000th of his neck became blue. Really speaking, it means that Bhagwan remains unaffected. Praise, criticism, happiness, sorrow, heat, cold, pleasure, pain, he is beyond all the contradictions. And as devotees of Lord Shiva, these are 2 qualities that we have to cultivate. One is to cultivate purity at the body, breath, speech, mind, and intellectual level, as well as our conduct, our vyavahar. And second is to learn to remain equanimous, to remain unaffected by any sorrows that come to us in life. It may be natural to grieve at certain times in life. Vedanta doesn't say one should never grieve, but as we go deeper in spiritual life, as we understand Vedanta more deeply, more carefully, more clearly, we understand that our true nature is that pure consciousness which can never be affected by anything in the world. The movie screen never gets affected by any of the scenes of the movie. In the same way, our true nature is that pure self. Now there is also an interesting story that why did the neck of the Lord become blue? It is said that Indra Devata was very insecure, that I am the king of gods, and yet it is Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh who are worshipped always. So he wanted to lodge a formal protest. So he gathered all the Devatas and he went. Along with the Devatas, he also gathered all the Apsaras. So all the denizens of heaven, the Devatas, the Apsaras and everybody went there to Kailash. Lord Indra wanted to meet Bhagwan Shiva. But when he went there, what he found? He found that Bhagwan is not there and there is a weird looking Gana who is standing there, with long teeth, a weird face, and his whole body was as though very inauspicious to look at. So Indra asked him, who are you? Where is Lord Shiva? But the Gana didn't reply anything. Repeatedly Indra was trying to find out who was he, why was he standing there, where has Lord Shiva gone? But the Gana just did not say anything. So Indra finally lost his temper. He became very angry. He lifted his Vajra, his thunderbolt, and he attacked the Gana. When he attacked the Gana, there manifested Lord Shiva. And it is said that because Indra attacked the Lord, the Vajra hit the neck of the Lord, and the neck of the Lord had a blue stain, but the Vajra of Indra completely got burnt away. And Bhagwan came into Rudra Rupa. He was about to open his third eye when Brihaspati, the Guru of Indra, the Guru of Devatas, he realized that this is none other than Lord Shiva himself. And he told Indra to seek forgiveness. And there Indra fell at the feet of the Lord seeking his forgiveness. But Bhagwan had already opened the third eye. So where does he look? If he looks at Indra, Indra will perish. So Bhagwan, out of compassion, turns his glance and looks at the ocean. The ocean as though dries up, and there Jalandhara is born. This is one story which comes in the Skanda Puran, which speaks about how Indra, intoxicated with his pride as well as feeling insecure, went to Lord Shiva, attacked Lord Shiva unknowingly, and as though gave the mark, the blue mark, Shitikantha. That's why Bhagwan is called Shitikantha. In the Mahabharata, there is a beautiful verse about this, which says, Deva karyartha siddhyartham pinakam me kare sthitam indrena cha pura vajram kshiptam shrikangshina mama dadhva kantham tu tadyatam tena shrikantata mama. So in this version he says that I have a bow, that is Pinaka, always ready for protecting the Devatas, for accomplishing the purpose of the Devatas. In fact, Bhagwan killed Tripurasura with his Pinaka to protect the Devatas. But still, Indra, being envious of the Lord's glory, attacks him with the thunderbolt. And because of that, his neck became blue and he came to be called as Shitikantha. Now, what is the meaning of this story? A jiva has to do a lot of punya karma, many rituals, and it is said 100 Ashwamegha yajnas if one does, then one comes to the position of Indra, the king of Devatas. But even that king of Devatas still has insecurity that I am not being worshipped. In fact, there are many who worship Indra, and Indra is one of the main deities. In fact, he is the main deity in the Rig Veda. Of all the Devatas, Indra is the main Devata. But still, Indra feels that Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh are only glorified. As long as we do not surrender to Bhagwan, no matter what we achieve, we will still remain finite, we will still feel insecure, we will still have jealousy, and we will still not be able to enjoy what we have.
Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananji used to say, avoid comparison trips. What you have now is his thoughtful gift. Stop crying for what you have not. You don't really need them. When needed, they will be given.
When Indra derives all his powers from Bhagwan, in the previous name we just saw that Indra is appointed also by Bhagwan. But still, Indra feels, I am lesser, Shiva is greater, and there is envy. Out of comparison, this envy is born. Out of forgetfulness of the glory of Bhagwan, envy is born. When we forget that who we are is because of Bhagwan's grace, then this envy is born. When we compare with somebody else and we feel victimized, then jealousy is born. Bhagwan does everything to protect the Devatas, but still Indra attacks Bhagwan. In the world, many times that is what happens. We help people, we serve people, we help them to grow, to become successful, to rise, and they would attack us. At such times, what should we do? Bhagwan forgives Indra. Bhagwan doesn't look at him with his third eye and destroy him. We should learn to forgive. In the immaturity, some people may act. If we have to fight, we must do that as a duty. But internally, we must forgive. We must let go. We must not feel victimized, we must not feel hurt, because that will affect us. And hence, the devotees of Lord Shiva will always be magnanimous, will always have the attitude of selfless service, and will always surrender to Bhagwan and ensure that no jealousy arises in our mind. We replace jealousy with contentment, with gratitude, with counting our blessings, and every day praying to the Lord with gratitude that, oh Bhagwan, I thank you for everything that I have, for everything that is happening in my life. All is well with me, your grace is with me, your blessings are with me. And may I continuously remember that everything is by your grace alone. All the blessings, all the challenges, everything is only by your grace.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.